Hey guys, we are going to be cutting some wood tonight, but I wanted to come check on our brand new goats. There's one there, there's Maple, and over here, there we are, there is Evie. And so we have some treats. So let's dish out some of these treats. Oh, you guys want some treats too? Here, I'll give you some treats. Oh, there you guys go. Let's make sure that there's enough for all of you to go around. Okay, some treats for the little goats. I think I have a shadow. Yes, I do. Hello. Hello, little goat. Are you adjusting to your new home? So, oh, this little vocal one here, that's Evie. And, oh, that one in the corner who's a little shy, that is Maple. They are our newest additions to our goats. They are Nigerian dwarfs. She is a Nigerian dwarf fainter goat. Yes, the kind that fall over and faint. And this, whoa, this one over here, my little shadow, is a Nigerian dwarf Nerubian goat. Same as this one. So, gave you guys some snacks. Everyone looks okay. You guys enjoy. Yes, okay, you enjoy. And I am going to go cut some wood. I just want to check on you guys, make sure you were all good before I got started here. You're going to warm up and get more comfortable with everyone. Give it a couple days here. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave you be. Gabby, here. Do you want some mango peel? Would you like that? You're thinking about it. You're thinking about it. No? I'm gonna give it to someone else soon. Here. Do you want to try it? No? What about you? Anyone want to? Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay. Let's get out of here. Let's leave the goats alone. We gotta go cut some firewood. The homestead is cold. The goats are doing their thing. Everyone seems okay. The poor little new one in the corner is a little bit scared, but she's a fainter goat and I don't want to stress her out. She's new. Not taken as well as the other one. Oh, but I don't want to spook her too much, so we will leave her to do her thing. I hope everyone's having a good night. We're going to go cut some firewood. Let's leave the goats behind. And don't sneak out with me. This one's my little shadow. You stay. I don't want to trap your head in the door. And we will close the door up nice and tight. Oh, I know you do not like when I leave you. Gotta pull down the tripod for a quick second. Feel free to chat, guys. This is a live stream. Let's angle that camera that way. There we go. Just so we can tighten that door closed. Yes, okay, I hear you, and I am so sorry that I am leaving you. Sorry if the camera's a little wonky. I'm trying to get used to the gimbal. Okay. I know you are just so upset that I am leaving you. I know, it's okay. You're gonna be okay. Okay, let us go and cut some firewood. Try not to slip. Okay, guys, you guys stay and be good. I gave you your treats. Let's just close that gate up. And let's get ourselves started here. We are just heading over towards the firewood pile here. And we'll get splitting. Hey, Lily. How you doing? Oh, look at that. We are all set up. Okay, let's get ourselves a little more situated. I guess I don't need to do that because I can flip the camera around. Okay. Thank you. Let's flip that around. Let's adjust the camera to the right angle. There we go. Michael, how are you doing tonight? I hope you're having a good night. We got the lake behind us. We got the barn over there. I just got 2 new goats. I think the camera's a little bit off kilt. Let's just adjust you. That's good enough. Oh, I'm a mess. Okay, got a massive pile of wood over there. I got some sitting right here. Might as well get started. Welcome to the live stream. We are out here on the off-grid homestead. Oh, we need to split some firewood to stay warm tonight. It is cold out here. So, let's get started. I see a stress crack already in this one. My splitting block is no longer level because the ground is more thawed. We gotta level that out before we start cutting, otherwise we're just gonna hurt ourselves. I'm just gonna shim it with some wood, get it a lot more balanced. And we'll hammer it down and see how that goes. We're using the 8-pound splitting ball. Oh, and we're gonna put the work in tonight. Oh, that felt good. Oh, we're playing Lumberjack tonight. I got 2 new goats to add to our herd. So I just wanted to check on them quick, make sure that they're settling in and they're doing okay, and give them some treats. It's been raining lots today, so we're gonna cut this stuff a little smaller than we normally would, just because it's gonna be a little damp, hard to get it started. I think I'm gonna grab my firewood tote so we can fill it. Give ourselves a bit of a goal here to fill this tote up. And just a dude, howdy again, welcome back. Oh, we started this stream just quickly giving the goats some treats. Got 2 brand new goats on the homestead. One is a Nigerian dwarf fainter goat, half fainter, half Nigerian dwarf. And the other is Nigerian dwarf Nubian mix. So I'm interested to see how that fainter, she's a lot more skittish, just as the name would imply. So I'm interested to see how she does on the homestead. Right in the bin. Gotta love it. Sure, we're just storing the wood in the bin to go. My hair is a disaster right now, but that's okay. And I like those fainting ones. We'll see. I hope it adjusts well, and I'm sure it will. When we first got Mimi, our older Nigerian Nubian, she was very skittish. It took like 4 or 5 days before you could even really pet her. This one's better than that already. She's 3 months old. And she's doing well. She's doing quite well. We put her in with the baby goats and the 2 moms, and they seem to be taking well enough to each other. She's definitely more skittish, hanging out more in the corners, but that's okay. Like I said, it's been raining for a day and a half, and I've had to use my trailer, so I threw all the wood out of the trailer, so it's all a little damp. So we're gonna cut it a little smaller than normal. Smaller it is, the better it'll burn. So If I get distracted and hop off stream, it's just because my kids are inside right now. They're all sleeping, and I just did a check on them. They're all good, but if anyone needs me, I will have to pop out and go take care of my boys. But they're all sleeping right now, just right behind the camera. And just a dude says, I live in the desert, no rain lately, and the wind is kicked up, awful dust storms today. I think I will take the rain. I think I'll take the cold and the rain over dust storms. It's kind of nasty out here right now. It's been raining all day, everything's wet. It's sitting somewhere around 1 or 2 degrees Celsius. That's like 34, 35 Fahrenheit. It's cold, everything's wet, but we still gotta heat the house. And so we split. The wood's splitting nice today. So far, not too stubborn, so I'll take it. I'm trying to go right through a knot here, so I might have to wail on this one. Ooh. We just nicked her. And it is warm today, just awful wind. I hear ya. I hear ya. It was next week. We're gonna see a lot of positive degree weather out here where I am, and soon the birch syrup will start running where I am. Okay, this one's just gonna burn the way it is. It's not gonna want to cut through that knot. We'll just burn it the way it is. It's so birch sap or birch water, it starts to run, meaning when you tap into a tree, you start getting the water out of it. When the nights are around 0 Celsius and the days are plus 10, so like 32 to 50 Fahrenheit. When the new buds are forming, they start to draw the water out of the ground. So depending where you live, that's gonna happen sooner rather than later. Where I am, way up in the middle of nowhere, it's a little later, but yeah, it's part of the year I really enjoy. Being able to harvest the birch water. I don't turn it into syrup myself because it requires a lot of processing, but we just harvest the water and drink it directly like that, straight from the tree. It's really good for you, so something we enjoy doing each year. I gotta put some muscle into it. This one does not want to go. Okay, okay. I love when my wet wood lands in a puddle. That's awesome. Burns super good that way. Almost like I got some anger tonight. I don't, but it feels like it. Oh, come on, you bugger. It's almost like I've never cut wood before. This one is just giving me a hard time. Okay. Don't embarrass me in front of my friends. Some wood, eh? I tells ya. Oh. Just a gnarly knot running through that one, just holding it together. Sending my axe in every other direction. See that twist and bow in the wood? There's a knot just holding it right here, right together. And do you ever use a hammer and a wedge? I don't. I probably should. Every once in a while, if I'm using the smaller axe and it gets stuck, I will flip over to the maul and hit it with the maul. For the most part, with this sledgehammer splitting maul, I just use it as a very, very dangerous and sketchy hammer. Yeah, I just try to do a good wedge cut when I'm cutting with the chainsaw. And rather than putting a wedge in there, I just do my best to fell the tree without it falling back on that and needing that wedge. You know, this is more useful for when you're felling trees, not so much when you're splitting the wood, but that extra weight that it adds helps with this stubborn wood. You don't have to swing with as much force because the axe is going to do a lot of the work for you. Or at least that's the theory, except for this piece of wood that's being stubborn. I don't know if I'm going to break that again. That one might just, we'll try to hit it one more time. See, this is the knot that's giving me grief right here. You can see how the wood is just shearing, breaking off instead of cutting, because that knot is just holding it together. I'm gonna give it one more whack. We'll see if we make any progress on this. Otherwise, we'll just burn it like this. Okay. Well, we did get a chunk off. Ugh. It is that much smaller now. And it flew somewhere that way. We'll find that one later. Ugh. Resplit this big guy. Split it again. Like I said, the wood's a little wet today. Oh man. Apparently I'm not very accurate today either. Okay, focus, focus. Oh. Been doing some renos in the house, so my body's stiff. I'm slow to bend over and pick stuff up. Oh, I'm not feeling the energy tonight. Just hurt. But the house is cold, so out here we are. And Noop, how you doing, Noop? If you felled a tree, does that make you a feller? I think I'm a mighty crazy looking feller tonight. I don't know. I think I gotta adjust this light angle. Better? I think so. Maybe a little tilty. Gotta get my good side. There, black in the background. There is, obviously if I wasn't cutting firewood, this would make more sense. And put my goat in the background. That's my new goat. So that right there is one of the two new goats I bought today. That is a, she is a Nigerian dwarf crossed with a Nerubian. So the Nigerian dwarf part of her is what makes her have creamier milk. So her milk is like 10% cream. And then the Nerubian part is what gives her a larger milk yield. So she'll be a good milking goat. The other one I got is a Nigerian dwarf mixed with fainter goat. I have no idea what the benefit of the fainter is, but it'll be fun when she starts just kind of flopping around on the farm. So, yes, this one's name is Eevee after the Pokemon. Yes, my kids did have a part in naming it. And the other one, let's see, do I got the other one on here? I probably do. This one. Reep. This one here, there. That one is the fainter goat. She is a Nigerian dwarf fainter goat. That one's name is Maple. So we got Maple, which I got to name. And there we have Eevee. There you go. Since the background's jet black, it works like a green screen. Yeah, so let's turn off my green screen. Country, how are you doing? And Noop asked if there's any stars out. Nah, no stars today. Too rainy, too cloudy, too wet. And Just a Dude says, the evolution Pokemon, you got it, Eevee. My kids love Pokemon, and so, you know, I had to steer my oldest son. It was his turn to name. So we each take turns naming our animals, and it was his turn. And he was going for names like Flabebe and Go-Goat. And, you know, it's a tricky thing to steer your kids away from a name like that. But I don't need a bunch of, you know, dugons running around the property. So I steered him towards Evie, and he liked it. So, yeah, we got Evie. And then the other one I named Maple, because I like maple trees, sugar maples. And are there any maple trees nearby? And would you be able to make maple syrup? So I don't have, this far north it's too cold, we don't have any sugar maples. That's primarily what you get maple syrup out of. However, we do have birch. And the birch trees you can make syrup out of as well. So a maple tree takes about 20 liters of water, so the sap, 20 liters of sap to make 1 liter of syrup. The birch is more like 100 liters to 1 liter. And living off grid, that would take a lot of energy, or me keeping a fire roaring for many days to try to boil down 100 liters into one. So it's not worth it. However, you still get a ton of health benefits drinking the birch water straight from the tree. Birch water is actually going to start running in my area in the next, I would say within the next 2 weeks. And then it's about a 2-week window. So basically when the nighttime temperatures stay above 0 and the daytime temperatures hover around 10, that is when the water starts to run. Also helps if the ground is thawed, which currently it's still pretty frozen. That's why I'm giving it another 2 weeks. And then we'll start having birch water. Birch water is good in magnesium, vitamin C, antioxidants. And it's got natural sugars, naturally filtered water, very hydration rich, helps hydrate you. So yes, birch water. I like to harvest it straight from the tree like that and just drink it rather than processing it. You can freeze it, or you can pressure can it to preserve it. And tree water is a new concept for me, tree wells. It's fascinating. If you cut down a poplar, also known as an aspen tree, around, well, the same time as the birch water is running, when the new buds are forming, you'll actually get like a mini geyser coming out of the tree. You'll see the water pouring out of the tree. They actually say, when I talk to other foresters, they say if you want to harvest poplar, also known as aspen, for firewood, cut it in the spring when that birch water is running and leave it on the ground, because the leaves are calling for such a high volume of water to hydrate them. It's going to suck all the water out of the wood and dehydrate that wood much faster than if you were to buck it up right then and there. So cut it, drop it, leave it, come back to it in a couple months, and it'll be nice and dry. And Noop says, yes. And what kind of filtering is required? Good old Mother Nature. You can run it through cheesecloth. Cheesecloth is the same stuff you'd use to make yogurt. It's just like a tight grid mesh. That'll help filter out any, you know, sawdust and any dirt or grime that might have got in. But what I do is I drill into the tree just enough to get into where it's going to start weeping. And then I use a spigot, I tap into it, and then I run a hose directly into my jugs. You see people and you hear people who hang buckets on the tree. When you hang buckets, you're gonna get leaves falling in, your dog's gonna go up to it and take a drink, you could get deer and squirrels playing in the bucket, birds. So I don't like the idea of using a bucket. I use a hose to go directly into my storage container. And when it's full, I can just pop the lid, close it, and you're good to go. You could drink it straight from the bottle, but if you want to filter out any little bit of sawdust that might have been left in from the drilling, then run it through some cheesecloth. But honestly, it comes out pretty clean, pretty pure, and a peck of dirt never killed anyone, so it doesn't really bother me. And Country says, I'm surprised I made it to this live. I'm glad you could join. We are doing well. We got 2 brand new goats to the farm today. So it's a happy day. They're acclimatizing well to the farm. Yeah, we're happy to have them. They're a wonderful breed. We got 1 other goat from this farmer. That's the mother of the twins. That's Mimi, the brown goat. And so this farmer had 2 more available. They're 3 months old, and we decided to take them. So yeah. What was interesting is their interaction together. If you watch the replay of the live I did earlier today when I was introducing them, Mimi, who's normally more aggressive to the other goats, she's more protective of the babies. She actually didn't try to headbutt or be mean to these two new ones at all. I think she knew that she was semi-related to them. I think these ones, their grandfather would be Mimi's dad. They didn't come from Mimi, like they're not her children, but share the same dad. One male buck will service like 20 different does, so it's not uncommon for them to be related in some way, shape, or form. But I think she knew they were the same general species and type, and she was very kind to them. Oreo, who's a little more passive of a mother, was a little more aggressive with them, so I really had to watch her. But yeah, if you watch that replay or any snippets of it, you'll see the two new goats, Maple and Evie. And I would like to try some birch water. Well, Noop, stick around, we can arrange something. And I think maple water is becoming more popular in Canada commercially. Yeah, I've seen a lot of birch water. I haven't seen a lot of maple water, but it's kind of the same process. You're going to get a natural, healthy, sugar-rich water. It tastes good. Obviously, syrup is nice for what it is, but it's not going to be as healthy. And it's the same thing. The only difference is that you're boiling it down. But the reason I say not as healthy is because you're concentrating that sugar. So you're taking a higher dose of sugar at once. Maybe not the best for you. Because really, the healthy part of maple water and birch water is not the sugars. It's the manganese, the magnesium, and the antioxidants and the vitamin C. So you still get all those benefits drinking it as water. You don't have to boil it down. I am going to split another piece of wood, but you guys keep chatting. Thanks for joining the chat. Thanks for keeping me company. And we're going to find another wet piece of wood. Oh. Like I said, it's been raining nonstop. We've had lots of snow. I had to use my trailer. I'll split this wood and I'll tell you a little bit about that. Oh, that one sounded gnarly. That was a thwap and a half. We hit it right over a knot. Just broke instead of cut. We're gonna try to miss that knot this time. Oh. My aim is terrible tonight. Okay, we can split that. Come on. Kinda? That kinda worked? I think we'll be able to break that down one more time this way. Easy. And we'll try to break this chunky one down one more time, and then we'll catch up on the conversation. Okay. Oh, I appreciate you guys talking tonight because my back is sore, so bending over. It's nice to have lots of breaks. Nice to chit and chat. Let's pop a squat. So, anyway, Just a Dude says, how is no one biting and selling maple water, bottling and selling maple water? That sounds like a gold mine and should be easy to market. I would imagine it wouldn't be so bad. I don't know in Canada what kind of FDA regulations there are. If you do have to have a certain level of processing, and maybe if you're already doing that level of processing, maybe it's already more lucrative just to turn it into syrup from there. But at the farmer's market or just at the homestead, yeah, just bottle it and drink it. Last year I did about 150 liters of water. I was showing earlier, so I would like to do two or 300 liters of water this year, but I was looking in my freezers earlier today. So my bull cow that got aggressive on me, I had him butchered, and I just got him in today, and I went to put him in the freezers, and I realized after harvesting 3 deer, 13, 14 ducks, a few rabbits, we bought a cow earlier this year, and then getting this cow, I have 3 full freezers of meat. I got nowhere to freeze the birch water once it starts running. So either I got to buy a 4th freezer, or I need to pressure can a lot of birch water and set it aside in glass jars that way. I cannot believe how much meat I have. If the world ended today, I'm going to survive for a while. we save all the organs and stuff. We got all the brains and the hearts and the livers and the tongues and all that fun stuff mixed in there. So we got some nutrition. We'll be okay for a while. But I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. To the top. I couldn't fit it all in the freezers. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to invest in a commercial deep freezer soon. Lily, is that you, or are you a wild coyote coming to eat my face? That's Lily. Okay, Lily, come here. Say hello to the fine folks. With the spotlight right here, everything around me is black. I can't see anything. So when you just hear something walking up on you, you gotta kind of keep your eyes open. But it's just my dog. It's just my dog. Hello. Hello. You fight any foxes tonight? You gonna go scare the foxes away? Don't let the foxes get the new goats. You keep them away, okay? So yeah. Noop says, I have to take off. Glad I was able to participate even a little. Thank you, Noop. I appreciate you. You have yourself a good night, and we will talk again. Well, if no one else is having a conversation right now, I'm going to grab another piece of wood, and we're going to split, but keep on chatting. I appreciate talking to you guys. And Country says, what made you get more? So this farmer reached out to me because I bought one off of them before. And I've been talking to my wife more and more about how much I enjoy the goats, how much fun they are. The camera's a bit dirty. Let's clean that up a bit. And so our property, I've done the rough farm math. Our property can sustain around 250 goats. So we adding a couple more and then breeding them in that. Not really a huge deal. They're great company. They're a lot of fun. They're a good animal. I enjoy having them around the farm. So I figured, why not get a couple more? And this farmer, they specialize in breeding a very specific type of goat and very specific look of goat. And so, yeah, this farmer actually is they're a medical doctor and their partner. And so, they take good care of their animals. Their animals all are very healthy. They have a very nice barn setup, and so it's hard to complain about that when they come up for offer. I figure, why not? And do you have a billy goat? I have one male goat, one billy goat. So we've got 3 babies right now, which are his babies, and right now, if they breed again, we aren't separating them right now because if they breed again, we'll have more babies in October. Which is fine. However, come next month, I am going to separate my billy goat out, keep him penned separate because trying to have babies, I don't have a heated barn. My barns are all outdoors. They're walled in and insulated, but they're not heated. And so to have the babies in January, February, when it's around minus 40 degrees Celsius here, you have a high risk of losing them to the cold. And so I don't want to deal with that. So I'd rather just keep my billies separate rather than having frozen babies. But October's not bad. So I have them together right now. If they get pregnant, we'll have more babies in October. If they don't get pregnant, we'll try again in October. So we have babies around April, May. Goat gestation period is about 5 months. And so 5.5 months. So yeah, if we let them be together October, November, that'll put us into March, April, May for having baby goats, which is a good time. Not too hot, not too cold. The one problem with having animals born in the dead of summer is that there's a lot of flies and bugs, and the baby animals are not big enough to fend them off, and so you can get flies biting at them, and they can get diseases that way, and you don't want to deal with that. You can get infection, that kind of stuff. And does she come in when you go inside and go to bed, or does she stay outside? These goats that we got, the 2 that we got, they're 3 months old. So they're going to stay in the maternity ward with the 2 mama goats and the 3 babies tonight. That's a closed off gated section of my barn. So they're going to stay in with them tonight. It's around 1 or 2 degrees Celsius right now. It's not too cold for them. They're older. They'll be fine. Oh, my dog. No, my dog will probably stay outside. When it's nice enough out like this, I've got a dog house for her, and she likes to go hang out in the barn with the animals. She does a good job trying to scare away the fox. And what does the fox say? Ooh, something like that. Yeah, We're going to let Lily stay outside. If she comes barking at the door, I'll let her in, but I'd rather her be out here and scaring away the foxes and coyotes than inside the house with me. If the fox comes around and I have her in the house, generally she comes to my bedside and starts pacing around and looking at me, trying to let me let her out anyway. So rather than having to deal with that in the middle of the night, I just let her sleep outside. She's happy to be out here. At least not, she doesn't like it in the winter, but now it's warmer, she doesn't mind. You ever get snowed in so bad you can't leave the property? My truck is a pretty decent truck. I've got a Ford F-150. I've been able to get out every single time. However, there have been times where the highway closest to me has been closed. So, you know, you get out to the highway and there's 5 miles of traffic backed up and you can't go anywhere. So you just turn around and come home. But never been stuck on the property. And Country says, yeah, we have 4 goats. Do you breed your goats as well, Country, or do you just have 4 females? Do you milk them? I have milked these ones, but right now the babies are eating off of them, so we're gonna leave them to it. And Just a Dude says, I'm gonna go grab some dinner. See you next time. Okay, Just a Dude, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for chatting. You take care. And yeah, I love the goats. They're good fun. They're a good animal. The one there, the new one, Evie, she was bottle fed, so she's super used to humans. So even her hearing me out here, I hear her calling for me. When I go in there, she's glued to my hip. She's a really sweet goat. The other one was not very well socialized, and she's definitely a skittish goat. She is kind of tucked to the corners, but I imagine if I give her 2-3 days here, she'll warm right up to us. I just got to go in there multiple times a day, every day, just spend a little bit of time with her and get her used to me. Let her know that I am a friend and that I give her food and treats. And we don't have males anymore. Yeah, I just keep the 1 male buck just so we can breed them. I do have 2 more males right now. I do plan to castrate them. One of them I am going to probably process into meat, and the other one we'll keep as a companion animal to our buck, so that when our buck is separated from the females, he's got a friend, his son actually. So I feel like that'll be a nice companionship there. Yeah, and then it'll just be a matter of making sure he doesn't escape and go impregnate the females when I don't want him to. But I've got cattle fencing, and he'll be in a 2.5 acre yard, so I think we should be able to keep him separate. We just got to be wise not to let him out of the gates without putting him back in if he does sneak out on us. Yeah, I'm gonna split another piece of wood. We'll go with something that looks like an easier piece of wood. This one here is a piece of jack pine. Burns hot, burns fast. Not good for an overnight fire, but good for kindling. It's a nice straight grain, although this one is wet. I can see the water coming out of it when I hit it. Wet wood is not the best to burn. You build a lot of creosote. Creosote builds up on your chimney and can cause a fire. So you do have to watch when you're burning wet wood. You got to get the fire nice and hot so that ash, that creosote, isn't sticking to your chimney. So we're going to cut this a little bit smaller than we need to, just so that it burns hotter. Come on. Sometimes when you take a wimpy little swing at it like that, it ends up being more work for yourself. Okay, our wood bin is full. Let's go take one more last check on the goats here. So we got enough wood for now. Let's spin this around, turn the flashlight on. Let's go check on them for a second. The baby's doing really well. My wife is having some complications. She's actually at the hospital right now, just getting checked on. So hopefully everything goes smooth with that and they get her back in order. So let's just check on, hello rabbits. You guys are all good in here? Yeah, the waters all still look good? Good. With all this rain combined with the snow all melting, it is just an absolute water pit out here right now. Super muddy, super mucky. Not an ideal situation. Okay, let's see everyone. You guys are buddied up together, that's good. Noisy, but these are the two that we got today. I'm happy to see them in the corner together. That's good. And we got Oreo and Bast, Mimi and the twins. And of course, we've got our Billy right here, our buck. And Noe, who we expect to have babies at the end of summer. Yeah, okay, you guys are all good. Let's make sure your gate is good, tight, yeah. Okay, you guys stay and be nice, okay? You guys, hey, be nice. Be nice. Okay. Yeah, you guys cuddle together, keep each other warm and safe. Hey, Mimi. None of that. None of that. Okay. The goat's showing dominance. Yeah, the kids are asleep. I checked on them just before the stream there. They were all sleeping sound, and I've got the lights on in the house and I can see them. They're all good. But we are going to end the stream so we can get the fire going and make sure the house is nice and warm. So, it was a shorter one today, but I appreciate you stopping by. I appreciate everyone chatting. And we are going to call it a day so we can go inside and get this wood going. I will talk to you guys later. Have a good night.